I just finished the last episode of Do So So La La Soul. Okay. And man, guys, what a ride. I feel like I went on an emotional roller coaster, especially these last two episodes. First things first, we find out that June has been, Do So So La La the whole time. As predicted, once again, by Mom Riz T. Listen, girl, you need to start your own channel because she was calling this the whole way, okay? The other thing, okay, so we find out because last time June had been really ruthless, vicious, not looking at Ra when he met up with her again, telling her he didn't like her anymore. It was crazy, crazy, crazy sauce, right? Well, turns out he actually had a reason. He had leukemia. I was like, isn't that convenient? I was like, you chose the one thing where I'd be like, well, I can kind of see maybe why you might want to do that. Because I mean, he was just so, I can't handle rudeness. I can't handle the male trope of being mean or arrogant or anything like that towards the female. So he actually had a good reason. He had leukemia and he wanted to break it off with her so she wouldn't have to see him sick. So that's going on, right? Meanwhile, she remembers the first time that she ever met him and realizes that June has known her a lot longer than she ever thought. And he just never told her for different reasons. At first, it was because his friend really liked her when his friend was alive. And then it was just a series of the wrong moments to tell her, right? And then sometimes he flat out told her, but she didn't really believe him. So that was really interesting, right? The really sad thing about these last two episodes is that obviously he's dying from leukemia and he never tells her. So they meet up again. They have a great day together. And then he pretends like he's flying to the US to continue his studies. But the whole time he has leukemia and he's in the hospital. And he's dying. So Ra has these big plans to propose to him because he's always been so sweet to her. Besides the fact, besides when he ignored her that one time. But, she's fine with it. She's accepted it. And as a viewer, you know what's really going on. So you've accepted it. But he's always been really nice to her. And she wants to propose to him at this Christmas concert, right? He's supposed to fly home. She's going to propose to him. Well, that is the time that she finds out that all this time he has been sick and he doesn't show up at the recital like he's supposed to. And she sees his mom instead, and his mom comes and says, June died. You're like, what? How could he? Because honestly, going into the last episode, I was like, I don't think they have the balls to really kill this dude. I don't think that they do. I don't think they're really going to do it. And I think they're just going to fake me out, right? Well, that was true. They did fake me out. They faked me out right until the last 5 minutes of the last episode. And it was crazy. Suddenly June appears alive again. And I just felt like it was just kind of, I don't know, haphazard. I don't even know what to think about it. Other points in the story, Seunggi and Ha-young, the two young kids, they end up getting married and having a baby. So that's really funny. They almost trick you at the end and make you think that Ra is the one who has that baby. But no, it's them. And it's really funny because they both raise their hand and we also want to be a member. We also want to be members of those who want a divorce. And it's just you guys are so funny. Ha-young's mom is still being pursued by the private eye detective, bodyguard, tracker, whatever he is, right? So that's cute. That's going to end up well. Haraboji, 5 years into the future, actually did pass away, but it was kind of sweet because the whole time, the only one that June told about his illness, from Unpo, was Haraboji, the grandfather. So that was kind of sweet that he knew that they were actually best friends despite the age difference, and June always knew that he could count on Haraboji. And then finally, Dr. Cha gets remarried to his ex-wife, which was a really interesting story because I was having trouble putting that together. Like, they got divorced and then she's always showing up and and at the end she's like, I made a mistake. And it's like, you worked so hard to get divorced, but she shows up and she's like, I really lost him. I let him go. It wasn't right. And so she's like working for him to accept her back. And at the end he does. It's an interesting choice. Wow. So I'm ready to give my final rating for this drama. And I've come up with my own rating system. So let me break it down for you. 5 and under is a bad drama. At that point, I'm going to start telling you reasons why you shouldn't watch the drama. And then 5 and up is a good drama. And let me break down the key indicators for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Pace, addictiveness, memorability, character development, and plot. So let's talk about the pace, okay? Honestly, I feel like this is really where the drama failed for me. Like, they had such good plot, but the pacing was all off. It was almost like if they had put more of like twists and turns in, or if they had put them in at different times, it would really compel you to watch the drama. As it was, I really felt like the pacing was off. I was like talking, with people in the comments, Mommer's tea. I was talking with my girl in the comments. And we were just like, it's really frustrating that they're throwing in all these twists at the end when they could have done that all the way through the middle where there was like this empty space. So that pacing was kind of frustrating. And then I'm going to give it no point for that. In terms of addictiveness, it just did not have that addictive quality for me. I started watching this drama with my sister, my dad, and at one point my mom. So I had 3 other people watching this drama with me. And at the end, it's just me. My mom watches my recaps. And my sister says, is that still on? She says that today. Like, is that still going? And so it just did not have that addictive quality. Also, when you're watching a drama and like you're really into it, my mom was like, the episodes are so long. They're like 40 minutes. And when you're watching really good drama, like, it feels like 20 minutes. Time does not exist. Like you're all good, right? That just didn't happen with this drama. It didn't have the addictiveness that keeps coming back. And honestly, if I wasn't watching it with you guys, like, I don't know that I would have come back either. Listen, life is very busy. I gotta be selective, okay? So, unfortunately, it doesn't get the addictiveness point for me. Next, memorability. Okay, I don't even watch dramas all the time. Like, I don't give all my time to dramas. But there are dramas that I have watched like 3 or 4 times in my life. I'm talking multiple dramas. So you can only think how many hours that would be. Well, for me, this one just wasn't memorable. It's not one that I would revisit. It doesn't mean I didn't have a good time, but it's just not one that I think that I would revisit. In fact, like, when they were about to give me like that Japanese ending, I call it a Japanese ending because I call them Japanese endings because when they kill your main character, like with no remorse, they just like, bam, that main character's gone. I hope it was poignant for you. Wag with it, live with it. That's a Japanese ending for me. Anyway, when I thought they did a Japanese ending on me, that actually made me respect it more. But because they brought him back at the end with 5 minutes left to spare, and I was just like, what's going on? This isn't fully explained. Like, why would he ignore her for 5 years? Like, and why would he have his mom fly across the ocean and tell her that he's dead? Like, it just doesn't, and they didn't give time to explain that. And listen, I am happy ending lady. Like, I wanted a happy ending, but it was almost like it just wasn't well integrated. So at that point, I almost respected it, like if they were gonna go for the Japanese ending, you know what I'm saying? But instead, we got this 5 minutes at the end where it was like, oh, he's okay somehow. And I was just like, I don't know about that. So for me, it doesn't get the memorability point. I just wouldn't think about this drama, like, you know, from time to time. I'm probably going to remember it because I reviewed it on this channel and for no other reason. Okay, then character development. Character development, I'm sorry, I don't think I'm going to give it the point for this either. Listen, I think I'm a harsh grader. I've watched my share of dramas, okay? But in terms of the character development, I feel like June was the same guy the whole time. For some reason, he's a 30, 40-year-old in a 19-year-old's body, and he was just the same guy. And like, you know, it was endearing, inspiring, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But for Rara, I also feel like she was kind of the same girl the whole time. And this is not a bad thing. It's just I felt like she was always a good, genuine person. Like, and she always had a level of responsibility about her. She was just down on her luck before. It was the only real change I saw in her was that she just became more self-contained over time. It was almost like the more tragedy she endured, like the better she wore it, which is like, it's never something you really want to see. It's like, you've been through so much that now you're just, you know, you're just poised about it. It's not. Anyway, I didn't really see it as like a super level of character development, if you know what I mean. I feel like these were the same people and it was good. They were always meant for each other, but I just didn't feel like the character development was there. Okay, last point, plot. This is where I thought this drama really did well. See, because I was watching this drama for this channel, I kept watching and their twists and turns were so good. Like, they kept surprising me. Like, when June, like, surprise broke up with her and I was so frustrated at that point. Or, like, I couldn't predict who Dol Do So So Lala was the whole time, okay? I mean, at first I thought it was a stalker. And then I thought it was Dr. Cha. And then I thought it was Haraboji. And then I thought it was, you know, June, obviously, when I found at the end. But basically, I was led exactly down the path they wanted me to be led. I thought it was a really good job by the writers. I just wish that those plot points had maybe more of them and like more consistently so that it would have an addictive quality. But anyway, the plot was really good. So if we're already at 5 and we only give 1 point for plot, that gives us a 6, okay? But I just, you know, I feel bad. 6 is not what I wanted. And, you know, I thought about giving pity points. I'm like, maybe I could give character development 0.5. Maybe I could give, you know, memorability 0.5. I don't know. But instead of giving pity points, I think I should give an extra bonus point for enjoyability. So, I mean, I enjoyed the drama. Listen, I did not think it was a waste of time. Like, that's the worst thing you can do to me. These dramas are long, and I got a lot of things to do. The worst thing you can do is waste my time. I didn't feel like my time was wasted. I had a good time watching this drama. I had a lot of fun moments. It was funny, fun, cute, happy, lighthearted. You know, I liked it. So I'm going to give it a point for enjoyability, and that brings us up to a solid 7 rating, baby. So, thank you for coming on this journey with me. And I can't wait to go on the next one. The next thing I'm going to be watching is Uncanny Counter. So watch out for that. That is the only drama coming out newly that I think comes out week by week. So I think that would be fun to watch together. And let's see if we make it through. I'm not afraid to DNF, okay? I'm not afraid to do not finish. That's like a Goodreads term. Anyway, but let's do it. Let's go together, okay? So, oh my gosh, it's coming to an end. Okay, I love you guys. Bye, and I'll see you on the next journey. In the morning, in the evening, or sometime in between, I hope that you will see some Lexi on your screen. Subscribe. How does perfection feel, darling?